What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? I got a TKO on wherever the pool is at. What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? Got two TVs of my own. I don't need a cat. Hold up, no sir. Step into the mic, bring me closer. Sabotage back in the lab, and to stop it, you gonna have to go through both. That swole up. Anytime I pull up the bars, I buck up my shoulders and pour the heart. Word to God, my gears push to start a feature, but my skill set a la carte. Woo! You don't understand. I got some sins in one palm of my hand. Balls are right rigid and bodies get numb every time I demonstrate the main rule of.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's happening, everybody? What's going on in this Monday night? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And it's your boy TKO, the notorious one. I'm just laughing about a comment. Your mama like him and all that. But anyway, and also still your gal's junior heavyweight champion. That is Mr. TKO himself. We're back here on the Knockout Hour. It's Monday night at 7 o'clock. If y'all been tuning in from week on for so long, I appreciate you guys joining me, as well as say for the newcomers that comes along with the show. Hey, get ready for a fun hour. Gonna have a good time tonight. I got a little fired up before the show about a little something, something when it comes to wrestling, because tonight is going to be a little bit more of like, I guess you would say, we're going to take it to school. All right, we're going to talk about some etiquettes and things of that nature. That is kind of one of those things where I like to just spread my opinion about what I feel like with the wrestling landscape. All right, but however, this is your first time listening to the Knockout Hour, and what we talk about here is combat sports. That is being MMA, boxing, and wrestling. And oh, what a good Saturday night it was! I had to perform because I'm also a professional wrestler. What's up, my man Brian? What's happening, big dog? It says TKR, our base commander, told us we could use the gym today for the show. I sent the station a picture. Let's go. What? Oh, oh please don't tell me that. That is crazy. Let's go, man. Let's go. I'm fired up. Hey, I'm
I'm
gonna get
down. I'm downloading it.
okay, bet. Hey, see right now, thank you. Thank you. DC's on it. Cause Germany, are you serious? Hey, what's up? What's up, guy? Bino? What's happening, baby? My man, what's appreciate you joining us this week. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you for all the love. But Brian, we definitely gonna get in contact because that is something that's mind blowing right there. TKO in Germany. What? Oh man. But anyway, y'all, I'm a professional wrestler as well. I'm an independent wrestler. I also own a wrestling company that is Icon Pro LLC. Oh, my man Walter, what's going on, bro? I ain't never forget about you, man. Love you, bro. Thank you for joining us again. I know, man. It's nothing but a lot of love tonight. I appreciate you guys, and for a lot of people listening too, we're at now 225,000, all because of you guys and people like Walter that's been with us since day one. Thank you, man. Always support. Yes, I see you on the Saturday shows. And if you guys ain't doing anything, if you like a lot more folks talk, laughs, good times, join us on Saturdays at Get Money Sports. Well, I like to join my guys. We got DC, D minus, and King Kunta, as well as the sheriff and the Hawk himself, and your boy TKO's on there as well. So you guys like that stuff, join us on Saturdays here on Facebook or YouTube between 10 a.m. and noon. We get you started before the sports goes down for the weekend. But yes, sir. So awesome weekend of fellowshipping and out there when it comes to my wrestling. Because I like to start off this show talking about a little bit of my little life, so people um, know again the person outside the character and all that good stuff. Because on this show, if you're not used to it. When I perform, I'm TKO, and the TKO character to me is embodiment of all of like say I'm a street fighter. I learned from the streets of not like oh, like in like Harlem. I ain't out here glorifying that, but the environment of it all. But also, it's just like say I grew up down the road from there, so a lot of my friends and all that. So that was like my indoctrination of kind of like getting to know people and uh, also too. I kind of grew up where I had a lot of family support me. Ooh, my table keeps shaking. Had a lot of family support me, and I'm so glad that for every one of them, even my friends looked out for me because they, um, as they would say, they seen a lot of potential in me. And I just thank God every day that He guided my path, and I tried to listen as well as I could. And we all fall astray sometimes in our lives and make decisions that we don't know what's going to happen next. But I'm so grateful that today I can be able to say, after 2.5 years of alcohol free, um, that I'm so grateful that God gives me so much grace for the things I've done in my life, good or bad, that I know that I'm not perfect. I work hard every day to become a better person. And I also think that at those times when I was a young man, fighting out there, it's a part of growing up as anybody would. You know, we all grow, we all tussle around with each other, cousins, families, and all that. But back then, you know, in the 90s, uh, like I was born in 86, man, it was one of those things, man, like I had so much anger inside of me. I always wanted to be tougher than what I was. But then I joined this little group where I was riding my bike near a local middle school that I went to. And it was these, at the time I was in elementary school, I thought I felt great. But anyway, it was this nice man came outside named Terry Creech. And what he did was is he introduced me to organization he started called Christian Adventures, where they use sports and athletics in order to draw in the youth, in order to talk about Christ and lead people to Christ. And that was the mission of him and Steve Austin, which I call those two like my dads, man. They really did teach me so much, and still to this day, I'm gonna bring Chief on. We call him the Chief. He was actually the police chief of Elon, North Carolina, at one point before he started Christian Adventures with Steve Austin. And I seen him the other day. I was going by this local place, and I looked over and seen him, gave him a big hug, and I love that man. And I want to bring him on so that y'all people get to know a lot about me when I was growing up, and the attitude and the anger, and at the same time, uh, being a youth missionary out there spreading the word of God. Um, it was a great time in my life. But like I said, knowing that those fights at that time, growing up, ensured to know that at that time I didn't have to physically fight all the time, because the real fight is with yourself, and that's decision making, and knowing your consequences, right? So as I got older, I started to realize, where would this path lead me if I keep making these decisions? If I keep going out here fighting people, if I keep going out here, afflicting harm on somebody else, what type of person or character would that make me? So, uh, with the character TKO, that's what that comes from. It's more of the side of that emotion of knowing that when I'm in this moment, when that bell rings, that's it for you, because I know that I want to win. I'm going to conquer. I'm going to persevere, because that's what the character TKO does. But as Teddy Ireland, the regular person, oh man, I had a great time this week. Yeah, man. Teddy Ireland is a person that, oh man, I'd like to have a good time, man. I try to be as humble as I can. I know that people can say I'm a butthole. Uh, I just like to keep it straight, you know. I just think that when we are in our lives, that we try to appease people too much, and appeasing people leads you to sit there and be misleading, a lie. I'd rather not lie to you. I'm gonna be honest as I personally can, and if you don't like it, I know that people don't. It sucks that you may have the impression I'm a butthole, but hey, I'd rather tell you the truth than sit and keep lying to you. I think a lot of people agree with that. So if I come off a little bit that way, hey, I'd rather not waste both of our time, right? But at the same time that I do that, I also have to remember too that the ego side has to, die. You have to think, um, again, what's going to be the outcome of the decision I make next? And that's where I've been able to grow in my path to sobriety, knowing that take your time, understand what's the next decision you will make, like what's going to happen from that. Because, if you don't really reflect on that, you're going to be down a bad path. But yeah, I went down to Fairwinds yesterday. As you can see, I'm a little tanned up. I ain't wearing no suntan. I like to get this little nice golden brown during the summer, because I kind of lighten it up during the winter and the springtime when it's a little bit cold outside. But if you guys ain't never been to North Carolina or South Carolina, we have this amusement park called Carowinds. Been there a lot of times in my life throughout church groups, and at this point, it was through JA Solutions. They gave us a great opportunity. We had to reach a sales goal of, I think at the time was 1,100 sales in the month. And they thought it was for the size of our team. They joked and laughed because they was like, "There's no way they can do this," and we did it. We crushed it actually. We crushed it with ease as a team. So they rewarded us with giving us opportunity to get some tickets to go, and we had a great time. It was good time of friendship with family and friends. I took my wife because we don't get a chance to get a lot of quality time. We have three daughters, two that lives here with us, and so Mama and Papa Bear always be around, as well as my mom be around to love them too. But we had to get some away time, right? And also we got a dog named Kobe. It's a 4-year-old German Shepherd, and that's family. All right, believe that's my son right there. I don't have no sons, but that's my son. And yeah, so we wasn't planning to be out there all day. Charlotte, from where I live, hey, that's what I'm talking about, boys. Yes, sir. Hey, right there. Hey, we need to clip that for real. That's what I'm talking about. Salute to you guys, man. Absolutely, man. Look at you guys. That's awesome, man. Appreciate you, DC, on that. Hey, we may leave that up, right? Shout out to the Air Force, man. Brian, you guys, man. Absolutely, man. Thank you guys again. Thank you for y'all service. Y'all awesome fellas. Can't at this point, we can't wait to meet you guys because how that dream can become reality, and that's definitely something on my bucket list I never imagined I would have. So, absolutely, man. Y'all fellas out there holding it down, brother. Appreciate you. But we had a good time at Carowinds. Yes, sir, man. Hey, keep sending the pictures. We're gonna keep showing y'all love, man. We also gonna be working on our page on Facebook and doing more things, coordinating that as we go along. We're gonna get more up to date stuff going. So we definitely will send that out there for you guys. Like I said, we can leave that up. Um, but yeah, man, we had a great time at Carowinds. And I'm pretty sure if any of you guys been to Carowinds, let me know if anybody there at the base been to Carowinds in North Carolina and or is from North Carolina, South Carolina. Shout out to them guys. Hey, from old North Carolina right here. Much love. But uh if they have been to Carowinds, let me know when the last time they've been, because they got a new ride. It's called the Copperhead. If you ain't been there, you need to try it out. It's super dope. It's off the chain. Trust me, y'all will enjoy that ride. My wife, she don't like to go on the high roller coasters. I'm one of those. I'm a thrill seeker to some extent. Uh, I hate drop zones. I hate those. Trust me, I don't like those at all. But if you give me I like to ride at the front of the roller coaster because I always feel like if we're all in this cart, we all connected. Why would I be sitting all the way in the back instead of sitting in the front? It says closest guy is Tennessee, Kenny all the way to the right on the knee. Got you. Okay. So I see. Hey, I've been out to Chattanooga to wrestle. I wrestle out and there's a place called I was at they had a tournament out there a couple years back. And they got this place called City Cafe out there in Chattanooga. I'm pretty sure it's several, I think it's several city cafes in Tennessee. And I know he knows what I'm talking about. Man, they got some good food. They got a buffet, right? That's like I can't even tell you how many pages. And it has all different types. You can get lasagna to country fried steak, anything you like, big portions for a great price. I know he know what I'm talking about. If he been in Tennessee, man. And of course, they got Bucky's. Hey, bro, we're getting the Bucky's in North Carolina, and we're getting the Bucky's from me. It's only like 20 minutes down the road too. So shout out to Bucky's. Yeah, man. But let's see. FYI, I'm the only black guy in the picture. Hey, bro, I love you, bro. Hey, so everybody tuning in, listening. Brian's been the guy right there. The black gentleman in the back, alongside of these other great gentlemen right here that serves our United States Air Force, right here, and they're stationed now in Germany, and they're showing us much love. And they're talking about the ideal of TKO and the boys from here, the knockout hour, coming out there to Germany and doing the show. That would be amazing. And hey, thank you guys. Need to get a sponsor with cheeses. My go-to snack for the ticket. My man, hey, I'm gonna try to reach out for them, and hey, see, thank you, see, you helping us out. 'Cause I want them too. By the way, that's a good segue. We also here at the Knockout Hour. Thank you, Monster Energy Drink. We are now being sponsored. We've been sponsored for a couple weeks now. We've been sponsored by Monster Energy Drink. Hey, I know one thing, man. If you're looking for a great pick me up, having one of those moments you feel like you wanted to be able to unleash the beast, then grab you one of those Monster Energy drinks. They are delicious. And again, they give you that right amount of energy you need to pick you up and get through the rest of your day. So Monster Energy drink, man. Hey, put me on a live commercial like worldwide, baby. Let's do it. Please. Also, if you ain't had a chance, I recently have been on a commercial. Did a commercial for a pressure washing company. Their company name is Pressure Point Power Washing LLC in North Carolina. Check them out, man. Oh, anyway, yes. So that when it comes down to pressure point power washing, they specialize in so many great things when it comes to your household and making it look right. So you want to check out that commercial on Facebook. YouTube is all out there. Please check them out, man. As a company, great man that ran by Jason Graham. Love that guy a lot. Good guy. And the son, I'm his number one wrestler. So I appreciate that. So anyway, the thing is that um that'd be so awesome to be able to get a chance to come out there. Also sit and get cheeses. So Monster, if you know cheeses, hook a brother up, man. Give us the low. You hear it right here. Y'all hear it, everybody. The Air Force, my man Brian, he loves cheeses. He loves it watching the show. So cheeses, holla at your boy for real. And so anyway, but yeah, man, we had a good time, man. I enjoyed that time with my wife because as a team, it's great being together. We all here at the park, we having a great time. However, I just wanted to be with me and my baby. So me and my baby sat there and went to the wave pool, just sat there and relaxed, rode a couple of rides, and yeah, we got home to the kids from my sister's house. I haven't seen her in a long time. Love her to death. And my brother-in-law. Shout out to Nikki and Kenny and my brother Tori up there, and then came home. But that was pretty much the biggest thrill of my week. Everything was just ship shape, and then I wrestled Saturday. It was a six-man match, elimination for a chance for the golden briefcase, and that was a chance for again a championship opportunity. I came in, I got eliminated third, but I made a big impact. I tell you that right now for sure. I recorded the match. However, the quality may not be as great viewing, but I may just still put it up anyway. So keep an eye out for that. If you want to watch that match or several of my other matches, please go over to at TKO336. Hit me up on there. You'll be able to see the matches I have recorded. If you ever want to know what your boy do out there, I put in work. So now, before we get into the works of the combat world, I would just like to say really quick, shout out to BWA Wrestling for having me come perform there this past Saturday. They have a great crowd, a lot of good people I love. Uh, Known them for years, and it was so good to see them again, especially the locker room. Shout out to the owner Bray, Luke Bray. He's a really good young man. I think the world of that guy. He's a really good guy. And if you ever want to check them out, that's BWA Wrestling. They're on YouTube. Follow those guys as well. Check them out. Support them. Show them love because I know they work very hard to bring the best they can, and they're doing a good job. So, yeah, man, shout out to those guys. But before we get into the MMA talks, thank y'all for let me blabber on for a long time. Right, this Monday is probably the most I've talked about my regular life and stuff like that. But it's fun, right? But anyway, I learned to play a song today. I learned to play a song to set the mood for the show. And let's go with OC Immaculate Constellation. I'm pretty sure you probably already had your finger on it. I know you did, DC. I know you did. I know the vibe I'm in. But anyway, I want to hear the song Immaculate Constellation.
Check. Couple more plays, we about to stop making them. Couple more days, we got to drop weight for them. So stuck in my ways, we about to stop way. So stuck in my ways, we back to stock Baxter Stockman. Fly on the wall, watching a rock band, locked in, a locked in, making sense now. Niggas that play both sides got off the fence. I'm convinced when you play those rhymes, you not convinced. Not when this I design like if Plato rhymed. Took a trip out west just to say those lines. One stop in Texas, my only play no rhymes, cause they know I'm timeless. NC's finest, do rewind this, beat Tampa. Me and B started out with some weak crowds, but look at the peak now. Look at my week now, I'm weak now. Wait, like it's hard being discreet now. Brand new Jordan 5, see my defeat. All the time pain turning to rhyme, see my defeat. Whatever's out of control, you off the lead, off the beat, nigga. Fish, still tugging, still thugging, still going, chill dugging. Been a long road, niggas will turn on you. Hey, it's been a long road, still trucking, still thugging, still going, chill dugging. Been a long road, niggas will turn on you. Hey.
Slid up to the hill on the Johnny Deal. 3 bad bitches on the Halloween. My, think we got a baby, let me grab the wheel. Too much attention on it. You only hear from 10 to 2. What's the tension on it? Just meet me out there in the room. What's the tension? Make sure your friends hang around for the legend. Don't get found in my mentions, babe. Don't get found in the mentions. Cause you done finally massive pimp. As profound as the Simpsons. Bitch.
All right. I appreciate that. That's right there. It's OC from NC, the Immaculate Constellation, ladies and gentlemen. I love that song, man. It makes me feel in a good mood, good place, because hey, positive vibes going forward. But if you enjoyed that song right there from OC from NC and you want to be able to listen to that, please check it out on any place you go to go hear your music, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, so on and so forth. And if you are an artist and you want to have your track spun during this here show, please hit me up, man. Hit me up at iconprowrestling.tko@gmail.com, and we'll be glad to be able to get a conversation going, see what we can do, man, to get you on the show as well. I appreciate that. So we're gonna get into some MMA. The main thing that pointed out to me this weekend was, man, what can we say about the career of Dustin Poirier? Because it seems like right now at this point, after his fight with Max Holloway at this recent event this past Saturday at UFC 318, you had the BMF title on the line. Now, earlier in the week, I seen that where they asked if a person could be able to put a belt on them for the BMF title, who would it be, right? And so Dustin Poirier, being a Louisiana boy, he said Wheezy. And so they asked Max, and he obliged. Of course, he was like, "Yeah, Wheezy up, baby," you know. So comes down to it, these two fighting for the BMF title. Of course, I don't have to be able to tell you what that stands for, but that's what they choose in UFC to say they're pretty much a tough guy belt. And out of this trilogy, Dustin Poirier falls short again. And we already had known or speculated the fact that he was probably going to be retiring very soon, and he decided to go ahead and call it quits after a great career after coming short against Max Holloway. My takeaways from the fight, I would say that, all right, I would like to say this. If I here, let's just play let's play owner, right? If I had UFC and we're calling something different that's not about at this point necessarily a weight division, because it shouldn't be. The title, I think, in my opinion, should be able to move division to division. I don't think it should be that fighter should be able to fight anybody in the division. That's two different things. But to say like if you're going to do that type of fight, it should be where, let's say, no ground attacks or no takedowns or no ground attacks. Let's say is that. Let's just say you got stand up, stand and bang type of thing, right? I would like that. I think that's like a true definition of BMF because what separates that title from being an official title than any other one in that weight class? So if you were to say that Max Holloway and Poirier are meeting in a certain way, then that should be a UFC recognized title that should be defended all the time then. But if you're making it a novelty thing, then make the match different. You can have a stipulation in MMA that they had to stand up and bang. I like that idea because they got it in the video game. Now, of course, who am I? TKO, a video game? Really? Come on, I get that. But the thing has to be is that create a dynamic that the normal viewer can understand and be able to view that makes sense to the relativity of the belt. That's all I'm saying. Because when you see a takedown in a match like that, yeah, you can see a lot of ground and pound submission. I'm all for that. But when you're going to have submissions, that's a regular match. I want to see these two just stand up, kick each other, punch each other until they knock the other one out. Let's stand toe to toe. Let's do this thing. Heck, if you're gonna do it like that, then make the ring smaller or something. I don't know, but I like something like that. Like cut the time in half, something. Make it where they have to just go at one another. All right, get that out of the way. It's like my little ritual every week. But no, I just think that'll be dope. But again, I ain't getting paid to come up with ideas for UFC. But UFC, if you like that idea, you can throw your boy a couple of bucks. TKO B Town on Cash App, just slide me some ducats. If you like that idea, because like the NFL, they use the USFL as a place where they try out concepts like the kickoff return, which I think is smart. But I'm not gonna get to the NFL that much. But I think, with looking at how to create longevity in the sport, also create diversity in um, um, the titles and how they should be presented is really where it should be. Like even women should have a BMF title, and it should be one of those things where if you're gonna do something like that, you can have it in every weight class, and the two bang it out, that sort of way. Because if you just sit there and have it standard that it's just a regular match, then that's just a regular match to me. That's just my opinion. But anyway, Max Holloway, I would just like to say here at the Knockout Hour, bro, was this your last fight? We know here in the fight game, hey, you ain't done until you're done, right? But right now, this man said, hey, you know what? I'm gonna leave my gloves here. I got other things I want to do right now in my life. So shout out to you, Dustin Poirier. We hope that you would be just as successful in anything else in your next venture as you was in the UFC. From what I've seen, and again, I'm not a fighter of any sort on that level, but I do see that he is well respected, and he's walking out on his own terms. And I think that's important. Um, Especially with UFC, sometimes it's a contract dispute, as it should be as a business. Everybody wants to get rich. But I would say the one person that benefited the most in that concept is Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor has not fought in UFC. Excuse me, long day and a long weekend. But Conor McGregor ain't fought in the UFC in over at least, let's say, 5 years, right? Probably will never fight another fight again. Because I know that once he fought Floyd, that was over for his MMA career. I know that's just a me thing. Because when you switch your concentration from learning multiple uh, techniques like you do in UFC, for him to try to catch up to Floyd is ridiculous. It wouldn't have really happened. But your mechanics are off. You gotta imagine to say when you're a boxer, you're more up on your toes. You're playing more of that back foot because again, you're trying to drive power and you're trying to again march it forward, moving, switch body. You know what I mean? But with UFC, it's different. You don't plant your feet the same. You don't attack more forwards because again, you may get kicked in the face. So it's a different strategy when it comes to MMA and boxing. So like a good example of somebody dealing with that is Carissa Shields, and I'll get into that in a couple minutes. But I think that's a huge problem that people have to realize is that you at a high level, it's very hard to compete in two different sports with two different concentrations and be highly successful. It's not to say it cannot happen. There's no such thing as never say never. And at the same time, I don't use like the word can't, could not. That's ridiculous. That just means it hasn't happened yet. That's all it means. So if you're out there, you got something going on in your life you haven't figured out at this moment, do not use, I haven't figured it out. Probably a better way of saying it instead of saying I can't do it. Come on, change the way you say it. You change the way you look at it. But anyway, Dulce Boye, we'll see what happens with your life outside of UFC, and hopefully, again, you shine just as bright in your other endeavors as you've done in the UFC. So, shout out to you, King, and I think that'd be a good way to leave that there when it comes to the MMA talks. I do see they're getting ready for a new season of The Ultimate Fighter. It'll be the 33rd season. And yeah, man, it will have the former double champion Damian Cormier, and you also have Chanel Sonnen. I like Chanel Sonnen, though. He's pretty dope. I know I probably butchered his name, Chanel Sonnen. However, I like the dude a lot. I think he's funny. He's also very intelligent. I would be honest with you. I think that he can be very arrogant, but he's blunt. And I think I like the bluntness of people because I don't like being kind of talked around. I like people to say something very direct. Mean what you say, not what you mean. So I think that that's going to be a pretty good matchup when it comes to coaching because I think that Damian Cormier is a phenomenal Hall of Fame fighter, and I think he got a lot of wisdom that he can pass to these guys, as well as Chanel Sonnen. He mastered the art of social media like Conor McGregor. He found ways to get fights because he used his biggest weapon, and that's his mouth. Pause. Because, like I say, man, he talked a good game and elevated himself, and been able to step toe to toe with a person like Anderson Silva, had him beat, had him gone, and made that small mistake and lost the match in like seconds. I remember that fight. So we'll see with these young guys what comes out of these um, um, finalists of the Ultimate Fighter season 33. And hey, you're probably looking at your new future champion down the road. So we'll see what happens. Now let's get to some boxing talk. Cause I love me some boxing, and there was plenty of it. But I like to just focus on a little couple of things. So Saturday, I'm on the way home from Eden, North Carolina, from where I am. That is an hour. So I got a little group where I play NCAA football. I love football. Like when it comes down to Madden and college, I'm a junkie for it. So we got my boys, got our group. We always, they talking smack. And so me and my cuz, I was gonna bring him on the show tonight. He probably gonna come around. I want to bring him around more for fight conversations because cuz got a lot of knowledge on the fight game. And me and him was laughing while we was playing NCAA football and in the boys group because Manny Pacquiao still got it. Now, there's a lot being said online and everybody keeps saying things like um Mario Barrios is not elite. He's not like that. Well, he is a world champion for a reason. So no disrespect, but if you gonna talk down on a man or a woman in the fight game that has busted a tail to become a champion, what how could you disrespect that? Like why is there hatred in your voice when you say that? A champion is a champion because they put in the work. There's no easy road to that. You don't know how long that person been busting their tail in the gym. But then it'll be like, I ain't mean it like that. No, yes, you did. I think a lot of people need to take that in consideration. Just as hard you work for your job, right? Nobody's putting you down. You can have a high level job to, hey, anything that makes you happy. But to tell somebody that they aren't good enough to hold that belt or they should look like that's ridiculous. Especially a champion. brother, please. I think people need to stop that. Stop the hate. Congratulate that man for an amazing night. Because for me, I thought that match was a really good matchup. I was entertained. I personally, in my opinion, I think that Barrios won the fight. He brought it to Pacquiao. Pacquiao came out. He had a great game plan. I think that Barrios stuck the jab very well, was effective with that. He was catching them late in the rounds where it matters the most. I would say that you could be a big fan of somebody sometimes that you can't really even see what's really going on. Because in my opinion, I love Mr. Manny Pacquiao. All right, so there's no shade to him at all. What about Barrios, the champion? How soon do we forget that that man on the other side of the ring has to go fight another fight against another opponent as the champion, right? So the thing is, the fight ended in a draw, and I'm fine with that because I do not believe that Manny won that fight. No, but to say that he lose, yeah, because in the fight, how it was all together again. Manny had moments where, hey, we see no Manny, but then we also seen this 50-year-old man also out there as well too, and you can see that still got a lot of quickness in the step, but his reaction time is a little bit off. Again, that goes with age. Do I think he's sharp of mind? Absolutely. I think his mind is there, but with anything with any age, you lose a step, no matter what, Father Time is always going to be undefeated. And I think that he said he's looking for another fight, and I'll be happy to see him in another fight. I will watch it. Good thing I ain't pay for it, but I will watch it. I definitely watch another Manny Pacquiao here in the year 2025. If it's next year, 2026. But um, as me and my cousin were sitting there laughing about, because people are like, why is Manny Pacquiao still fighting in 2025? I know, right? It's weird. It's 5 letters, one word. Money. Like that's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is, man. This is what combat sports is. This is what entertainment is. It's all about the money, the ducats, the green, the bread, the cheddar, all of that. So he'll be a fool not to make that money, and he'll be even more of a fool if he doesn't fight again, because there were going to be people paying for it. And hey, I'm here to watch it too. So the next time Manny Pacquiao performs, we'll let you know here at the Knockout Hour. Because hey, I'm I'm one of those, man. I like the purest of the pureness of his boxing. It really is 100% his passion, his adrenaline out there that keeps him going through round through round. He is tough as nails, man. And I really gotta be negative. These young kids, it's like, wow, why can't y'all just go back into mind boxing as well as some of those old folks? There's nothing wrong with Tank Davis. I know he's been in recent problems. We're not gonna bring him up or his legal issues. That's that's negative. Let's not move that way. But I would say that Tank, is he a role model for these young folks? Yes, because it's the social media era. This is what these kids see. This is what they enjoy. That's like to say here with this show, right? Let's say if I was out here bad mouthing and talking smack about my competitors, and I was out here talking smack about um, all all the boxers and all that, like, oh, Floyd way to pass his prime. Yes, I'm pretty sure I'll be a lot more entertaining to folks. That may take me over, but that's not who I am. The integrity, it always comes first. And I think that someone like Manny Pacquiao in his career has always shown that, because he's even a politician in the Philippines in this country. So not only he's fighting in real life, he's actually fighting for his country, just like the United States Air Force here with the knockout out. So yeah, man, I just think that we're gonna be ready to keep our eye out for that. Now, I have a big question, and it'd be nice if y'all could comment, leave it there in the comment section. I think this is a fair question. Is Alexander Usyk the greatest heavyweight of all time? I'm gonna say that again. I'm just asking. Is Alexander Usyk the greatest heavyweight champion of all time? Now, the reason I say this is because of this. In today's era of boxing, this man has conquered and persevered some of the greatest fighters of today. After he has had an impressive fifth round knockout of Daniel Dubois. And to me, I really think he's starting to creep into my top three. I really do. People today say boxing is not the same. It's not how it used to be. Well, you tell that to Usyk being once again an undisputed heavyweight champion once again because Daniel had one of the other belts and had it unified. Now, everybody always want to criticize people like Usyk because he's not the one for the social medias. He's not the one out there, talking a big game. He's one of my guys. He goes out there and he shows up and he shows out. With the fifth round, oh Lord, he was dropping bombs on Daniel. Bombs, my brother. Daniel called him out. Y'all remember that? He kept saying after the Tyson Fury fights, where's my match, right? And you got what you asked for. You got every bit of it. Because he dropped you just like he dropped the rest of them. So I like me some Usyk, man. He is really one of the modern guys today that I would say that you could take him back in a time capsule and he could compete with some of the highest in the heavyweight division of all time. That's just me. All right, so Brian said right here, said we voted and we agree. He is top 5, but not top. Yes. Thank you. Because like I said, I'm getting around 3. I'm getting around 3, brother. But you're right. I mean, we don't really think about that in today's era. And now, one thing, all right, I'm gonna say this. Thank you, Brian, for vibing with me on that. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your vote on that. Cause I think the same way. God, here's one thing I like what my friend DC says, and the boys from Get Money Sports. You can't be called the greatest of all time if you're still doing it. And I was like, that's true. Because he hasn't finished solidifying his legacy. We don't know how many more obstacles and hurdles he may keep overcoming and achieving in his career. And so what you got there, Walter says, I'm way too old to vote. The OGs are legends. Exact. Hey, no, are you good? Hey, that is your vote. I'll take that. Because you're right, man. The OGs like a Muhammad Ali's. We can go on and on because that's why I grew up on, man, myself. The Tysons, the Larry Holmes. I mean, the on and on, the Ken Nortons, the George Foremans. R.I.P. to him too as well. George Frazier's, James Toney's, Lennox Lewis, all those. Um, I just think that it's really unique and rare you see someone in today's modern boxing being really, really compared to some of the greats because it's not all that jaw jacking like today. He goes in that ring, he marches forward, and he takes you out and he wins the match. That's all it is to it. That's why I like this kid. Or not kid, I'm the same age. But anyway, shout out to Usyk on being once again the undisputed heavyweight champion. And was the end of the boxing talk. I find this to be so funny. Is that Layla Ali was called saying, because I heard it myself during the Amanda Serrano Katie Taylor fight. She was really impressed about the production, the promotion, how today the money is bigger for the sport. So they asked her, hey, what would it take for you to come out of retirement and fight? And she said, hey, it got to be about around $15 million to get me out. And so Carissa Shields and her team have found that $15 million that she asked for to fight her. So, Layla, where you at? Where you at? I want to see this fight so bad. Because I'm going to tell you right now, and you hear me here on the Knockout Hour, Carissa Shields is going to knock Layla Ali out. She's going to knock her out. I'm sorry. I don't care. Yeah, I said it. Carissa Shields is going to knock out Layla Ali if they actually fight. Please go 10 rounds at least. And you know, Carissa's going to put her titles on the line. All of them. As the undisputed heavyweight champion, of course. Women. Let's go. Let's do it. Please. For the love of God, please have that fight. I mean, that's fair, Walter. I know. Layla's a great champion. She is by far probably the best. I agree, Walter. I agree. Because I can't say Carissa is the best because she's not finished. But I can agree with you, Walt, that you're right. You don't have to agree. Because I can see the other side. I'm just saying. I know there's unpopular opinion. The only reason why I would say Carissa would drop her is because when you're active in a fight, I mean your active career is going on. And then we're talking about a real fight, not an exhibition. Right? The difference is time. Layla cannot recap 10 years plus of what she was in any type of capsule. That's impossible. Now to say, can she do it? Absolutely. And it said Layla was drooling. I think she is still hungry, even if her body may not be. And I agree with that. Yeah, you're right. And I tell you, like I said, for $15 million, Carissa should could fight me. And you got to be 15 million. But you're absolutely right. But here's the big thing about it, Walter. You're right. $15 million is enough to go in there and get in that ring and get knocked out. I'm sorry. Because like she said, and I'm pretty sure we all know that, in her fight career, she never had a purse of $15 million for one fight. Yet she's seen these same women go out here building the sport up and getting that. So I agree with Layla. But for $15 million, shoot, you can knock me out for real. But anyway, but I'm just saying he'll knock it out. I'm putting money on it. Carissa Shields knockout. I would say around 7th, 8th round. Carissa Shields dropping her, taking that money to the bank, and there you go, Layla. Go back to enjoying the great career you had with no shame at all, because you are by far one of the greatest women to ever put on those boxing gloves. Right now, you are, because again, Ali in 4. I highly doubt that. I think that Carissa has fought bigger women than Layla as well, so I think it'd be kind of tough. Carissa got a chin, and I think until somebody actually puts her down, it's the same with Layla. So you're right. You're right. We shall see. We shall see. Hey, we need to make sure we hit Layla Ali up, take that bag, and take that fade. You heard me here on the Knockout Hour. That's right. I said it. Clip that. All right, so we're gonna move along to some Monday Night Raw, some SmackDown before we end up with the show. And what it was on the last Monday Night Raw, they started out the show with Naomi. She kicked it off, and the pure emotion she had in her face, I understand exactly what it was when she cashed in that Money in the Bank and held up that WWE title. Now, for her, she held that title multiple times, but the emotion of it all, people don't understand. It was going back to what I said earlier. If you're a champion, trust me, there's no sweeter feeling in this business of knowing that you have earned that title because the people asked for it, just like I did. The people wanted me to be champ because they seen how hard I worked, how hard I fought. No matter what obstacle they put in front of me, I kept fighting. I will keep fighting. And your gal's junior heavyweight champion. But it felt so good to see somebody like Naomi, as passionate as she is for this business, knowing that she has a limited time now because she's saying she wants to be able to have children before time is too late. So we know that this could be a run that I'm definitely going to join. I'm here for it. So we had Io Sky and Rhea Ripley come out and they interrupt her. And so Adam Pearce announced that they will have a triple threat match at SummerSlam for Naomi's WWE Women's World Championship. And then so the next thing we had the Kabuki Warriors versus Judgment Day. And that consists of Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. And your winners and still champions, it is Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez from the Judgment Day. Pretty fun match, exciting. I think that they did a good job. The Kabuki Warriors. Dirty Dom got on the apron doing his shenanigans, and it led to helping out with the victory right there. Yes, we love the Kabuki Warriors. Yes, we do. I love them, man. I love Oscar. I love that. I love her aura as well as Kyrie Zane. I love that elbow drop she does because, bruh, I'm gonna tell you right now, being real quick, I've never done no middle rope elbow. No, never mind. Excuse me, no top rope. Because number one, TKO don't fly. TKO stays grounded. All right, unless I'm doing a Rana or something. Then two, I can't be jumping up there landing on my hip like that because, dude, it hurts really bad. Trust me. When she does that, it takes a toll on her every time dropping that elbow, but it is one sweet move. But nah, we love them too. So shout out to the Kabuki Warriors. We love them here too. All right. And then we had a matchup. It was a 2 out of 3 falls match between Bailey and Lyra Valkyria for the opportunity to face Becky Lynch for the women's intercontinental title. And your winner is Lyra Valkyria. And now Bailey continues on with when it comes down to matches, her losing streak. Let's see if they build a storyline off of that. Let's keep an eye on Bailey there. And then we had Nikki Bella with her first match back in Monday Night Raw and a God knows win against Chelsea Green. Now, Chelsea Green, of course, had her assistants, Piper Nevin and Alba Fire, but yet she had a little help from my girl from NXT. What's my girl name? Lola Vice, and they was out there throwing that thing in the circus. Hey, throw that thing in the circus. Hey, throw that thing in the circus. Somebody played a meme with that song on there with them doing that. Ever since then, I can't stop hearing that in my head every time they do it. It's funny, but they was killing it. But shout out to Nikki Bella and her first match back on Monday Night Raw in some time, man. She looked really good being back in the WWE ring. And then we had Gunther throwing down a promo to about Bill Goldberg, but yet he was stating the fact that he was going to get ready to watch to see his opponents because they had a gauntlet match for the opportunity to face him at SummerSlam. And it started out with Braun Breaker and Penta, and then you had the elimination of LA Knight, which led to another elimination of Jey Uso, and then you had your winner, and the person moving forward would be CM Punk versus Gunther at SummerSlam for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. All right, and then to end the show there, because Jey Uso came out there to try to help and assist CM Punk, you had the return of Roman Reigns, and he out there and he laid the smack down on Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed to end the show, where he dapped up his cousin Jey Uso and looked over there at CM Punk. And that's how they ended Monday Night Raw. So we had the TC1, the tribal chief himself. And here on the Knockout Hour, we acknowledge you, our tribal chief. That's right, Roman Reigns. Glad to see him back. He's been gone for some time, shooting movies and making those ducats. So, and also, to a report came out that Roman had another child, which, come to find out, is not true. So, anyway, when it goes to Friday Night SmackDown, we're going to do a rundown of this before we end the show. We got Charlotte Flair versus Raquel Rodriguez. And you had your winner, and she is, though, in my opinion, the greatest women's champion of all time, Charlotte Flair. Champion, wrestler, Charlotte Flair. My favorite number one. That's just me. I'm sorry, that's just me. So are we ready for tonight? What happens tonight in your opinion, OTC tonight? I think that he's gonna come out there, give the crowd what they want, and that's them seeing that tribal chief sitting on his throne, and that's his wrestling ring, 'cause he is the big dog himself. He got the Ula Fala. But no, he's going to set the record straight when it comes to Paul Heyman and his goons of Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Because if they want some, they can come get some because the OTC ain't playing around and he's going to lay the smack down. But I do think, in my opinion, it's going to lead to, number one, a great promo between him and Paul Heyman. Number two, I think the match is going to be him and Braun Breaker at SummerSlam. That's just me. Braun Breaker, Roman, SummerSlam. Just calling that out. But the mic work tonight with him and Heyman, if that goes down, when it does, it's gonna be so good. Trust me. So then right here, because I don't think he's gonna wrestle on any show. He may wrestle the tag match, but hey, gotta take care of the cargo. That's the money, right? We gotta take care of the money. Then you had a match between Carmelo Hayes and Damian Priest, and your winner right there was nobody. It was a ended in a no contest because Alex Black interfered and tripped Damian Priest to the top rope, causing disqualification. And then you had someone called a lawyer because Jacob Fatu got arrested because Solo Sikoa lied on him and they locked him up. However, they brought Jacob Fatu back to the arena, and then Solo got locked up. Man, if you had a chance to check this out, please go watch Solo Sikoa's work lately. He is honestly stealing the show with his antics. That is so funny to me, man. Please go watch some of Solo Sikoa's work lately. He is really coming into his own. I'm starting to really enjoy Solo. I mean, go check him out. He's really exciting. And then we got Stephanie Valkyrie, and she was going against Alba Fire. And of course, we know who the winner was. Stephanie Valkyrie. I mean, as they're sending her to the top, man, as she should be, because she is exciting to watch. And also, she is building herself up for that chance and opportunity for the WWE Women's Championship match coming up for her very soon at Clash at Paris coming up. And then you got DIY versus Faction versus Motor City Machine Guns versus Andrade and Ray Phoenix for the number one contendership. And your winners was Andrade and Ray Phoenix, as they seem to really be coming into their own and finding a good way to gel together. And then you had the contract signing between John Cena and Cody Rhodes, where John Cena was forced because Cody knocked him out with the belt and made him sign the contract. Now, somebody brought up something I thought was funny. They were talking about legalities, like in wrestling, where we try to act like we don't acknowledge that, like let's say somebody go to the hospital or somebody get arrested, like Jacob. Clearly, that's a trainee. So they was like, let's see if John Cena pulls some heel stuff and try to bring some legalities into it. How you knocked me out and made me sign or something, like drugged them or something like that. That'd be kind of dope, right? And now we're ending the talks right there on the wrestling. All right. So that's it for the show. I like to wrap up by going ahead and getting some things out. Number one, my social media and where you can find me, see what I'm doing, and how it gets down in my, wrestling business, as well as if you want to just check me out as a person, my name is Teddy Ireland on Facebook. You can follow me, all that good stuff. As well as you can follow me on everything else at TKO336. You can check out my matches on my pages on YouTube, some of my content on Instagram. Go in there, like it, man. Leave a comment because, your boy's watching. But at the same time, man, the numbers are running up. They finding ways on there to tell me, hey, we're going to get you in front of more viewers. I'm like, okay, bet. And I just find it funny, man, how I just did this little back kick in the match. And everybody's telling me how nice that was. And I was like, oh, yeah, I didn't even think about it that way. But anyway, if you ain't seen that, go check it out real quick. But you're right. We're going to have a fired up show. I know Brian and the boys out there and the ladies are out there for the Air Force. Thank you guys for always being a part of the show. Thank you, Walter, as always. And Gambino, my man, as well. There we go. Shout out to the armed forces, the Air Force out there representing loud and proud. We love you guys. Thank you for all that your service and what you do. But I will sit there and know that one thing I'll probably leave everybody with before we go on the rest of this week. Spend some time actually getting to tell somebody you love them and tell them why you love them. It can be written. That probably may be more heartfelt. But go out there and tell somebody you love them. Because sometimes you never know when the last time you get to say it, or last time you never know when somebody actually needs to hear it. So I just gave y'all that advice. If you do that, pretty sure it brightens up your week. But as for us here at the Knockout Hour, thank you guys for joining us again. We love y'all. We'll see you next week. And as always, peace. Let's knock it out, baby. Let's do Monday Night Raw. Love you guys.
What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? I got a TKO on wherever the bull is at. What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? Got 2 2s of my own, I don't need to play.
Hold up, no sir. Step into the mic, bring me closer. Back in the lab and to stop that you gonna have to go through both. Swole up. Anytime I pull up the bars, I buck up my shoulders and pour hard. Word to God, my gears push to start a feature, but my skill set a la carte. Woo! Don't understand. I got 50 cents and 1 palm on my hand. Balls are right rigid and bodies get numb every time I demonstrate the main rule of thumb.